elephant pea store. Y'all want to pick up some elephant pea? See all the smoke? slide into Yakima.
In 2 miles, take exit 1, 10 on the right, 4, I-8, 2 east, US 97 south, and Yakima.
Yeah, that's what I just said, ain't it?
312, I-80 police. Posting itself on I-80 police speed 35 miles. Take exit 3, 6 on the right, 4, Valley Mall Boulevard, and Union Gap.
There you go. You see all the smoke? That's a lot of smoke. I know Glacier Park up in Montana, there's a very old chalet out on a camping, hiking trail. It's been there forever and ever and ever. And I was gonna go hiking and stayed there one year. No, it's so old that it doesn't have plumbing, doesn't have electricity or nothing. If you want to eat, you have to bring your own food, water, all that other good stuff. It's up on the Sperry Trail. I think Sperry Chalet or something like that is what it's called. But sadly, it burned down to the ground. The forest fires up there took it out. And I hate to see that. From what the articles were saying, the firemen were there trying to put it out, but the winds were so strong, the winds won. So I guess we'll never get the chance to spend a night there. named this the Washington Green Highway. But I don't think it's very green right now. According to that sign. Somebody needs to show me where the green is. Because I don't see it. Truck is smoking a lot. Look at that. Man, I can even smell that. Elevation 2,672. getting ready to go downhill again. tomorrow morning. So all we can do is hang out in Yakima until tomorrow morning. Make our delivery tomorrow morning, and we'll start on our next trip. Up in the chat and talk with you guys for a couple of minutes once we get parked. Yakima. Yakima. I wonder if my GPS lady is from Yakima. All she ever does is yak. Alright, so there's the Gear Jammer truck stop. That's where we're going to spend the night. We're less than 2 miles away from delivery. So we'll get a good night's sleep and won't have very far at all to go in the morning. After we get parked, I'll pop in and chat with you guys real quick. Yeah, we're all up on this curb here. The Gear Jammer truck stop. How's this for perfect parking? We get our own personal trash bucket right there. How cool is that? Well, Snowman's up and running again. I'll pop into chat here in a second with you if you want. Alright, how you guys doing? Can you hear me over the AC blowing on you guys? Mash it! There's my buddy Jason. Well, we're done mashing it for today. Our delivery is early tomorrow morning. Right after our delivery, we run to the next shipper. We already have our next trip set up. Happy Labor Day weekend to you too, Robert. How you doing? Maria, how you doing? Bill number 3. Why would they make you wait until tomorrow? That's a good question, Jared, but truck drivers don't make the rules. The customer tells me when they want me there. It's not up to me to just roll in on their property and disrupt their schedule. They tell me when they want me to deliver. A lot of the places only receive certain hours of the day. For example, the delivery that I go to tomorrow morning only accepts deliveries between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. That's it. They have a 3-hour window. that you could deliver. And so that's the company, that's the customer's policy. We have to be there when they want us to be there. So that's that. Howdy from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Ray, ex-hood. How goes it? What gauges are you watching when you're climbing those hills so heavy? Now I put my flashers on if I go at 40 or below miles an hour, just so traffic knows I'm going a lot slower than they might think. Watch a temperature gauge a little bit. We get up to 200, 225, depending on how hot it is outside. And that's it. Just sit back and crawl up the hill. Czech Republic, it's midnight. Don't you think you ought to be in bed? Black cows. Black chows. How you doing? Troy, Breeze. How you doing? Maria, did I enjoy Western Washington while I was stuck in a truck yard? I guess I enjoyed it. It was nice to relax. Why would a place not accept delivery on a Friday at 3 p.m.? Because the customer I'm going to accepts delivery trucks between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. only. And so that's what I got to do. Let's see. Great stream, Vinny. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you checking us out. Black Chow, glad you love this. That's good. Do I drive to Canada or Mexico? I do not. If anything, I drop at the borders, and then usually another company comes in across the border and takes it. That way I don't have to sit all that long while the paperwork goes through customs and all that stuff. So that's why we just drop it at the border and let a customs broker handle it from there. How does driving an automatic compare to the manual? The automatic took some getting used to, but it's not a full automatic like you think for a car automatic. It's automatic as in it will shift the gears by itself. However, I can kick it into manual gear and take control of it myself anywhere along the way. I love it when it comes to traffic jams because my left foot doesn't have to keep mashing in the clutch. So it's actually the best of both worlds. A lot of people think it's just automatic like a car, but it's not. Think of it as an automatic that I could kick it into manual mode and do everything myself. So the best of both worlds. I like it. Sink shot, great ride. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked it. I know the signal was probably pretty crummy around Ellensburg. It always is. I don't know why. I guess they need more towers out there. What is a buzz warning sound that you hear? I don't know. I don't know what it is that's going on when you hear it. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say that you're talking about the lane departure warning. It's a camera on my dash in the windshield that reads the white lines. And if it thinks you're touching the white line, even if you're not, it'll holler at you. Start screaming you're crossing the white line. Even when you're not. Sometimes reflections will mess it up. Sometimes when they fill and make the tar lines, sometimes it'll read a tar line. But that's what I'm going to assume you're talking about. What are the hardest types of docks you've delivered to? It's the ones where they don't give you any room to maneuver. Meaning the old docks weren't built for 72-foot long trucks. They were built when trucks were only like 30 feet long. Those are the ones I hate. How does it feel? Is it stressful? You talking about being a trucker in general? Not really. Sure, there's days that I'm really stressed for time, but my philosophy is I do the best that I can do, give it all I got, and don't worry about the rest. I'm not going to worry about stuff that I have no control over, period. I let the bosses know of any delays or problems, and they can handle it, and the customer can handle it however they want to. So as long as I do my part, as long as I give it my best shot, the rest I'm not worried about. Sound the horn? Yeah, not here. These truck drivers next to me might be sleeping. Where do I go next? You'll find out tomorrow when I'm delivering at delivery. You'll find out, because if I go posting the next trip and all that stuff, people get confused when the trip map says the next trip and I'm not even done with the one I'm currently on. Does that make sense? Besides, I want to keep you guys guessing and thinking. I'll let you know after I make this delivery. Did I see the smoke near Cle Elum? I don't think the smoke actually became apparent until I got to Ellensburg and started coming down 82. Did you consider making a voice chat for few invited viewers so you could spend some time chatting? I don't know what you mean. I'm chatting with you guys right now. Where am I originally from? San Antonio, Texas, but I've lived all over the country. Do I prefer to ride alone? I do. But I'm not really alone. I got like 150 of you road crew that watch me all the time. So I'm far from being alone. Did you hear about the lodge in Montana that burned down? Yeah, I talked about that in the stream earlier. The Sperry Chalet or whatever it was. I was gonna go hiking there, and you can't now. So, is it hard learning to back up a trailer? A lot of people make it a lot harder than it has to be. You just have to come up with a system and realize how your tractor and your trailer pivot and back up. And a lot of people try to overcomplicate it and all of that stuff. If you have a good teacher or trainer, they can show you how to back up that you could do it in your sleep, basically. So, chat where people are talking to me. Nah, because I think at that point you'd have 15 people trying to talk to me at the same time and I wouldn't be able to understand anything. At least here, with you typing it, I can see the question there, you know, in front ahead of me. Tom Alice, glad you liked the ride today. Do I like this truck stop? Is there a place? It's been many years since I've been here. I don't remember anything bad or horrible about it. It's got a good leg out. You saw we pulled right in the parking. It's a mom and pop truck stop. It's about 3 miles away from where we deliver, and it's the only truck stop around. I think this was the best choice. What is the best highway you've driven on? They're all pretty good. It's like kind of like asking what's your favorite ice cream. All the ice cream that tastes good is my favorite. You know, or whatever. All the highways are good if they're maintained and all that stuff. They're all the same to me. What are the top things truckers should have in their trucks? Well, first, all the legal stuff. you know, your safety triangles required by law, your fire extinguisher required by law, 1 or 2 fuses of every fuse your truck takes required by DOT inspection. Other than the regular stuff that you are required to have, the 3 things would be extra blankets and clothes, extra food, and extra water. So you always have something to eat if you spend the night on shippers or customers' property, or if you get stuck in a blizzard, which has happened before. You get stuck in a blizzard at a truck stop, and that blizzard shuts down the roads for 2 or 3 days. You're not going to find food on the store shelves. You're really not. You need to have extra blankets and clothes, gloves, all that stuff. If you do get stuck in a snow drift or on the side of the road and your truck runs out of fuel or whatever happens, you need to remember it may be comfortable while everything's great, but in the dead of winter on the back roads of Montana or Wyoming, where the next town is a small town of 100 people 100 miles away, you need to take care of yourself and survive. So that's the top 3 things, I guess. Please sound your horn. I don't want to wake the other kids up next to me. Is there any more big live streamers? I don't know. I'm sure there's other truck drivers. It seems like you drive a tad bit slower than other vehicles. I drive 62. The Washington state speed limit is 60. So if I drive 62, I'm actually speeding by 2 miles an hour. Now, other trucks fly by and speed at 70 or whatever. That's what makes me look so slow. Here's the trick. If they get busted, they have to pay the major fines and get the ticket and get the points on their license and all that stuff. I'm not playing that game. I have no desire to be a super trucker speeder. They can do what they want, but the speed limit in the state of Washington is 60. Most other states, trucker speed limit is 65. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. Are there major interstates that I have never driven? I imagine in the 11 years. By the way, I'm 5 days short of officially reaching 11 years. I'm sure I've been on every interstate. Some more often than others. Keep calm and mash on. You got to, Jason. You have to. The speed in Idaho is 70. That might be for the cars. I don't know. I don't remember. But even if the speed limit is 70, if the truck is governed at 62, it's governed at 62. And if people want to have a cow because I'm not driving as fast as everybody and their brother, ain't a bunch of nothing I can do about it, to be honest with you. Okay. I don't know, that irritates me. It just irritates me. Everybody assumes I'm just moseying on along just because I have nothing else to do. You know, they don't think about the split truck speed limits or the truck being governed or whatever. And not that the road crew would ever do it, but all these other super truckers criticize the truck driver for his speed. Just like going downhill. If I'm 80,000 pounds and I'm flying down the side of a mountain, I'm going to do the speed that's safe for me, period. I don't care if 100 people are going faster than me. Let them crash at the bottom of the mountain. I'm not doing that. I'm not here to impress anybody. Mountain Man says the most important thing in the truck is the camera. Trains and locomotives, I think they're pretty cool. I don't follow them though. Craig, glad you enjoy. There you go, Troy. He don't care if I'm slow. I don't know why people get bent out of shape about that, or get bent out of shape about who I would drive for. I don't get it. That's true. If I drove like a wild banshee, scenery would go by too fast for you. I did have this camera on cam streams long ago. We've been broadcasting since 2008. Yep, I started out with cam streams. I don't know where US2 is. Have I seen any wildfires on this trip? I've not. I've seen the smoke. I've not seen the wildfires for this trip though, which is good. I have a lot of patience. Yes, I do. I'm proud of that and I appreciate it. How many miles do you get on a set of tires? Well, we just had our 200,000 mile inspection. Right now the truck is sitting at 204,843 miles and the tires are still looking good. So I'm going to say we have another 50,000 coming out of the tires at least. So I'll just say 250,000, 250,000 miles on a set of truck tires. Tommy Pruitt ate the last lemon-filled Krispy Kreme. Well, dang, I was in Alabama 2 weeks ago. I'm sure it had mold on it by then, buddy. I think you already ate them. Like, as soon as you saw me leaving town, you probably had a lemon donut, one in each hand. Nah, don't worry about it, Dave, now. You're good. You're good. You just ought to read some of these emails I get. Oh, man. Nothing like a bunch of backseat drivers that email you later and tell you how they would have done everything perfect. Oh well. Yeah, 40,000 miles on the car. That's not bad, but trucks are built for the long haul. You figure 50,000 miles between oil changes for a big truck, and yet that's half the life of an average car. So, all right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Whoops. I'm gonna let you guys go for now. And we'll make our delivery. I'm not going to turn the cameras on tomorrow because, like I said, it's three miles to delivery. So when we actually go broadcasting, we will be headed toward the next trip. I mean, by the time I got the camera on and when you guys get the link and find the stream and get settled in, I'd have to shut it off because we're there. So next time we broadcast will be right after we make delivery, and we'll head right up to the next shipper. I'll give you an idea. I'll give you a hint. The next shipper will be in Pasco. To find out where we're going, I'll give you another hint. Where we're going on our next delivery is actually a multiple day trip. We'll leave it at that. Alright, I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Unless you have some Labor Day holiday activities to do with your family. I'd rather you take care of your family than sit there and watch me. Your family's important. Spend all the time with them that you can. So that's it. Welcome to Yakima. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Good night. Good afternoon.